I went from being one of the worst swimmers on the team, and I was elected captain in my senior season.
Have you ever thought about quitting swimming?
Yes. Yeah, that was a grind, 20 hours a week, ton of volume, and I was coaching at the same time and going to classes.
Going personal best times now, faster than you were when you were in college. How does that happen?
My training at the time was just like breaking me down. Yeah. But as ridiculous as it was, I kind of enjoyed that. I'm very entrepreneurial, but I never thought I would start a swimming related company.
I'm with Ferris, and he's got this company called MySwimPro.
Why did you create this? What had you say, you know what, I need to create this for people like me?
Similar to when I entered college, like I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So it was a huge learning experience, and I messed a lot of stuff up. I don't even feel like it's my job. I just feel enjoyment to share the experiences and knowledge that I've acquired.
Ferris is succeeding at the highest level of his craft.
I can confidently say the reason why I have the analytical eye for swimming is because I've been...
Yes, it is the brilliant and charismatic Ferris Sabati.
So I was living, breathing chlorine.
A life completely surrounded by swimming, pretty much living and breathing chlorine. I know it sounds like a dream to almost every swimmer, but you're wrong if you think I was always in love with the water like this. My relationship with swimming didn't exactly start with the right foot.
I actually didn't like swimming. I mean, we'll just start there. I love to be in the water, but when my mom signed me up for a swim team, I have an older brother, and we both got signed up together, and we hated it. We're like, we don't get to sleep in anymore. This is summer vacation.
I signed my kids up for swimming so they can be safe. It's something that has to happen. Like they go out on a boat ride or they go by the lake. It's a great skill to have.
I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to have to wake up early and go to the pool. But as soon as that first summer wrapped up and I got into the next summers, I actually really enjoyed it.
He was really addicted. He became addicted and fell in love.
The thing for me that got me really into swimming, when I turned 10 years old, I was the top of my age group. I started to enjoy it because I was actually like winning stuff. Every competition that summer, I won. And when we got to the finals, I won that championship in the 25 breaststroke. And that was the first medal I ever won in swimming. And I think from that moment, I was like, oh, this is a lot more fun when you feel like you're progressing. And I just started to fall in love with it.
He fell in love with it. It was his passion. He found something that he really loves.
That medal was a pivoting point in how I perceived swimming. It became more than just something I did. It was now something I could actually be good at if I put in the effort. And so I did.
I did grow, I got faster every single year. And then I finished my senior year and I just started really enjoying the competitive side of it. And I got to see some people on the US national team compete in real life. And I was like, wow, these people like actually know what swimming is. And then every level that I kept going up, you see there's like more and more. And that really inspired me to like get more into swimming and learn about it. So I ended up coaching at my club team and I walked on to my university college program, which is really rare. Most people don't do that. So basically I was so naive. I emailed the coach and I was like, I'm gonna be on the swim team, so should I pick my classes around like these times? So we did a tryout and I made the team. Nice. And I went from being one of the worst swimmers on the team and I was elected captain in my senior season. I've continued to get faster since that point. Now, over 10 years later, graduating college, I'm still faster now than I was in college.
Then, in 2014, an ordinary conversation changed the entire course of my life, just like that medal I got when I was 10.
So let me paint the picture for you. It's 5:30 a.m. I'm coaching an adult masters swim workout, and at the end of the session, one of the swimmers, Christina, hops out of the water, and she tells me that she's going out of town. She asks me to send her a personalized swim training program to do while she's out of town. She even offers to pay me for it. And that's what got the light bulb moment for me. It was like, wait a second, this person's looking for training. They don't know what they're doing. They want to hire me basically as the remote coach. I thought there was already an app that does this. I thought you can just go online and figure it out. And the reality is most people are like that individual. They don't know what they're doing, they're trying to figure it out, and there was no software application at the time. And I realized you can build something once and you can help a lot of people at the same time. And so that was the idea for MySwimPro, and that was like 2014.
The rest is history. In 2016, we launched the world's first swimming app on the Apple Watch, and MySwimPro was named App of the Year across all app categories. In 2018, we partnered with the biggest brands in the world, producing content seen by millions of swimmers around the globe. Today, we have over 2 million downloads across 180 countries. The app is available in 9 languages. Our global team is spread across over 10 time zones, and we're backed by an international investor base that spans 36 countries. But MySwimPro grew beyond being just an app. We've helped people lose over 100 pounds, cross the finish line at their very first triathlon. We've helped people swim across the English Channel, and of course, swim for mental and physical health.
I mean, we've built an academy, we have in-person events, the retreat, and it all centered around how do I help someone improve their swimming who doesn't have access to a coach.
I never thought I would be a swim business person like I am now. I always thought I would have some entrepreneurial action in my life, and this is how it's shaken out.
But it was definitely not by accident. Both of my parents were my biggest encouragers from a very young age.
I mean, it's a team effort, right? I think a lot of people think that, if someone succeeds in something, they did it all by themselves.
It was a joy, driving him back and forth to swimming and helping with the swim team whenever they had events.
Yep.
And my dad would film every race, and that's when I started doing video analysis on myself at the age of 10.
Nice.
So I would watch the 25 breaststroke, and I would watch what the big kids were doing.
Yeah.
And they were destroying everyone. Yes, I can confidently say the reason why I have the analytical eye for swimming is because I've been doing video reviews since I was 10 years old. I thank my dad for filming all those sessions, and I thank my mom for driving me to all the swim practices. And if my dad didn't film that race, I wouldn't know how to look at swimming. I wouldn't have started that until 10 years later, maybe.
Nowadays, I'm one of the internet's most recognizable faces when it comes to swimming, even though it was never my intention when I first started making videos for YouTube.
People see me as an influencer or someone you're the Whiteboard Wednesday guy, you make the videos online. After I started MySwimPro, I would get a lot of questions. How do I do a flip turn? How do I improve my freestyle? What is 450's IM order? Understanding how a set is written. And people are asking the same questions. So I thought, what? Instead of copying and pasting, having this almost generic conversation, I can create one video that addresses these questions. And I didn't do it to be a YouTuber. I did it to answer the questions of people inside of our community we'd already started building.
Howdy, swim fans. Here with our inaugural episode of our Whiteboard Wednesday.
6 years and over 240 Whiteboard Wednesday videos later, I still have the same goal: sharing knowledge, helping swimmers, and having fun.
It really I want to share my perspective of how you get better at swimming, whether it's me as a coach or me as an athlete, and trying to show people that I'm having a good time when I do this. It's not like I don't even feel like it's my job. I just feel enjoyment to share the experiences and knowledge that I've acquired. I wouldn't run these events. I wouldn't do a lot of the things that I do unless I'm trying to have a good time. I love traveling. I love combining all these experiences. And if I can change the sport of swimming for the better, I would like that to be something that I'm remembered for, as that's what he did. This guy took the sport to the next level because he made it more engaging, more fun, and allowed people to continue doing it for longer.
Even though the MySwimPro team and I have helped thousands of swimmers worldwide, there's one in particular that holds a special place in my heart.
Faris came from out of town one day and he said, I have a gift for you. I opened this goggles and swim cap, but I don't know how to swim. He said, I'm going to teach you how to swim. Oh my God, I never thought it was possible. I had doubt in myself that I might not be able to do it. In between meetings, he will take me swimming, giving me a lesson. 15 lessons in 20 days, I was able to swim.
Teaching my mom how to swim was one of the most fulfilling things I have ever done in my life. It was not only an opportunity to create lifelong memories with her, but also making sure she can feel the same way I do in the water.
He made me feel so comfortable, and I wasn't thinking that it was possible, and now I can. I found a new joy that I never experienced in my life. I can go swimming.
Yes, you did it! You did it! Yes, you did it!
When I'm in the water, I'm not thinking about anything. My head is so clear. I'm just so happy. I'm 62 years old. He showed me that it's never too late. You can always do it. Go for what you want to do. Don't be afraid. And I did it. Thank you, Faris.
Shukran.
By now, you probably understood how seriously I take my mission of sharing the love for the water and helping swimmers thrive. And if building an app, coaching in-person events, and fomenting a global community wasn't enough, I also write books.
And I realized, okay, I'm making all these cool videos, but not everyone watches YouTube. Some people like reading books.
Yeah.
And so to really impact the most people, I thought this is the best way to just package that information. So the first book, called Swim Like a Pro, is just a holistic training guide to being better at swimming. And then my most recent book is 101 Ways to Swim Faster. And this is kind of like the next step up. These are like very specific things that you should do to get faster.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to check them out,
Yeah.
they're linked down below.
I keep pushing boundaries in life, business, and in swimming. At 32 years old, I'm going even faster times than in college, racing in world championships and traveling the globe, all because of swimming. But don't go thinking I have it all figured out. You would never guess what happened at my first world championships.
The first one I went to was 2017 in Budapest. Similar to when I entered college, like I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Like what I found out is when you go to a Masters World Championships, they run it exactly like the traditional world championships that you see on TV. I even did the 50 free and there's like a basket carry. I've never had someone carry my stuff to the other end of the pool for me. I'm like, what? And you have like your ID on the name tag. So it was a huge learning experience. I changed 6-hour time zone and I remember I flew in at night and I went swimming in the pool and I raced the next morning. What do you think happened in the race? You think I swam my best time? So I'm in there swimming the 100 breaststroke and I just completely died.
Yeah.
I actually went to the wrong pool one of the days and they do it by age and I'm like, why is everyone so old? Like what? Like that's when I knew I went to the wrong pool because I'm like, everyone here is like over the age of 60. Like what? And then I'm like, oh shoot, they split it up by age, and I need to go to the other pool. I made the event and I had plenty of time, but it was like you learn when you go to these events.
Oh, and if you're wondering if I'm still swimming fast,
I'm 32 right now. Just recently this year at the Masters National Championships, I hit multiple PRs in my main events. I was 26.5 in the 50 breaststroke, and I split 25 several times on relays. My best before that, I was split 26.0, and I went 25.8, 25.4. Just like pretty big margins, like dropped half a second in a 50. First time I broke a minute in the 100 breaststroke in yards, I went a 58.9 in 2010. And earlier this year, I went 58.6. Today, my training is like 50% out of water strength training and 50% in the water. And depending on if I'm going to an event or something, it'll fluctuate a little bit. But the strength training is huge, and also around injury prevention. I actually used to get hurt. I've hurt my lower back, my shoulders, and as soon as I started to get more consistent with my out of water training, I've been pretty healthy. The training is personalized to me. I think that's one of the biggest benefits. In my case, I train myself, I work with other athletes, I work with coaches, so I have so much experience seeing what works and doesn't work, and I use myself almost as trial and example. I understand my body pretty well, and I know that if I have the right focus on technique, speed, resistance, power, I should continue to get faster because I don't feel like I've peaked in my swimming and my out of water training, any of that stuff.
Swimming at World Championships is a thrill not all swimmers will get to understand, but to me, being at these events is way more than just racing and going best times.
It's a balance of like, you're trying to swim fast because no one there is just hanging out, right?
Yeah.
But you're also trying to have a good time.
Yeah.
And you meet people from all over the world. And now at this point, when I go to an event like that, people can recognize me and I'll say hello and they'll tell me their swimming stories. And it's cool because like people just share with me, what their preparation was like, how maybe they've watched the video, how it's helped them. And it's just more motivating to me to keep doing what I'm doing. And it puts more pressure on me because I know people are watching what I go. I enjoy it. And I know that even if, I didn't go at best time, I went slower than I went at the Dubai Open. And it was like, I would have liked to have gone a best time, but I didn't. I had a great time. I'm going to another country. Like I'm living the dream. If you were to ask my 10-year-old self that after I won that first medal, hey, you know, in 20 years, you walk on the pool deck at a world championship in a different part of the world.
People are recognizing you.
People know who you are, like they're watching your results. I'll be like, huh? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Of course.
Like I said, I'm living the dream, but I didn't get to this point without some bumps on the road. At a certain point in my life, I even considered quitting swimming.
After the first few weeks of college swimming, when you start to get into the grind and you actually start to get broken down, and I was still coaching 20 hours per week, and I was going to class, and now it's starting to get cold in Michigan, and it's dark, and because you're going to practice in the morning, and I'm coming back at night, I'm not seeing daylight anymore. And you start to question, like, I don't need to be doing this. I'm not on a scholarship. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. I'm in great shape. You know, like I don't need this. And it wasn't until we got to the light at the end of the tunnel. We had a mid-season rest meet, and I did okay at that competition. I thought I would have gone like best times. I thought it would have been like amazing, blah, blah. And I didn't, but I didn't go as slow. And it was like, okay, I kind of see what's happening. I started to get a little bit more open-minded. I could see something to look forward to. And I think that's so important, just having something on the horizon that you can look forward to. And you have to enjoy the journey. Yep. So at that point, I didn't have anything to look forward to, and I wasn't enjoying the journey. And I think that's why people burn out and they quit. And since then, you know, I'm pretty committed. As long as I'm healthy, I want to stay involved in swimming in some capacity.
Sometimes you just gotta push through the rough waters to get to where you're going. It's no different in life, in swimming, or in business, but never forget to have fun along the way.
He has the passion. And once someone has the passion, that's it. It has to come from within, and it comes from within with him.